Story 1. Real horror at abandoned hotel. 3 robberies ruin vacation. In a remote corner of the countryside, nestled amidst overgrown foliage and forgotten by time, stood the decaying remnants of the once grand Oakwood Hotel. Its imposing structure loomed ominously against the backdrop of the setting sun, casting long shadows that seemed to dance with malevolent intent. As dusk settled over the abandoned hotel, a group of unsuspecting travelers, seeking refuge from a storm that had descended upon them unexpectedly, stumbled upon its dilapidated facade. Among them were Sarah, a young and adventurous photographer with a penchant for capturing the eerie beauty of forgotten places, and her friends, Mark and Emily, who had reluctantly agreed to accompany her on this impromptu expedition. Despite their initial reservations, the allure of the mysterious hotel proved too strong to resist, and they found themselves venturing inside its crumbling walls. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and the floorboards creaked ominously beneath their feet as they made their way through the dimly lit corridors. It wasn't long before they realized they were not alone. Shadows seemed to flit at the edge of their vision, and whispers echoed through the empty halls, sending shivers down their spines. Sarah's camera clicked and whirred, capturing the eerie atmosphere with an unsettling clarity that made their skin crawl. As they delved deeper into the heart of the abandoned hotel, they stumbled upon a series of rooms that appeared to have been recently disturbed. Furniture lay overturned, and personal belongings were strewn haphazardly across the floor. It was then that they heard the sound of footsteps approaching, slow and deliberate, echoing through the silence like a death knell. Panic set in as they realized they were not alone. 3 shadowy figures emerged from the darkness, their faces obscured by masks that gleamed in the dim light. Without a word, they advanced towards the group, their intentions clear. In a desperate bid for survival, Sarah, Mark, and Emily fled in different directions, their hearts pounding in terror. The labyrinthine corridors seemed to shift and change around them, leading them deeper into the heart of darkness. Each twist and turn brought them closer to the clutches of their pursuers, who seemed to anticipate their every move with chilling precision. As the night wore on, the true horror of their situation became apparent. The 3 shadowy figures were not mere opportunistic thieves, but something far more sinister. Their eyes gleamed with a malevolent light, and their laughter echoed through the abandoned hotel like a curse. In a final, desperate bid for freedom, Sarah, Mark, and Emily found themselves cornered in the derelict ballroom, the shadows closing in around them like a noose. It was then that they realized the true nature of their tormentors, ghosts of a past long forgotten, seeking retribution for sins unknown. As the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, the abandoned hotel stood silent once more, its secrets buried within its decaying walls. The only trace of the night's terror was a single photograph, captured by Sarah's camera in a moment of pure, unadulterated horror. Anonymous Spectator Story. Story 2. Silent Night Terror of Home Invasion in a Small Town. You wake up to the sound of a creaking floorboard downstairs. Your heart races as you lie frozen in bed, the darkness enveloping you like a shroud. The small town you live in is usually peaceful, but tonight, something sinister lurks in the shadows. Slowly, you slide out of bed and tiptoe to your bedroom door, your breath shallow and ragged. As you peer down the hallway, a figure moves in the darkness below. Panic grips you as you realize that someone has broken into your home. With trembling hands, you reach for your phone to call the police, but your fingers freeze as you hear the intruder's footsteps drawing closer. The floorboards groan under their weight, each step echoing like a death knell in the silent night. You retreat back into your room, your mind racing with fear and uncertainty. Who could be invading your home on this peaceful night? What do they want from you? Suddenly, a beam of light cuts through the darkness as the intruder opens your bedroom door. Your heart stops as you come face to face with a masked figure, their eyes glinting with malice. They hold a knife in their hand, the blade catching the moonlight in a sinister gleam. "Stay quiet," they hiss, their voice cold and menacing. "I'm here for what's rightfully mine." Your mind races as you try to make sense of their words. What could they possibly want from you? You have no answers, only a growing sense of dread as the intruder advances towards you, the knife glinting in the dim light. As they loom over you, a sudden realization dawns upon you. This isn't a random break-in. This is a targeted attack, a calculated act of terror meant to instill fear and submission. With a sinking feeling, you understand that the intruder is one of the 3 unusual suspects from the holiday heists that have been plaguing the town. Their deception knows no bounds, and now you are at their mercy. As they draw closer, the world around you fades into darkness, the sound of your own heartbeat drowning out all other noise. In that moment of existential anguish, you realize that your peaceful small town has been irrevocably changed by the silent night terror of home invasion. And as the intruder's blade descends, you can only hope for a final curious twist of fate to save you from the clutches of this nightmare. Anonymous Spectator Story. Story 3. Revenge at the Chaotic Hotel. In a bustling city known for its vibrant nightlife and luxurious hotels, a series of holiday heists had left tourists in a state of fear and paranoia. The latest incident occurred at the prestigious Grand Horizon Hotel, where guests had their valuables stolen under mysterious circumstances. As rumors spread like wildfire through the city, I couldn't help but feel a sense of unease creeping up my spine. I arrived at the Grand Horizon Hotel, a towering structure that exuded opulence and grandeur. The lobby was adorned with crystal chandeliers and marble floors, but beneath the facade of luxury lurked a dark secret. I checked in at the reception desk, my heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. As I made my way to my room on the 10th floor, a sense of foreboding washed over me. The hallway seemed unnaturally quiet, the air thick with tension. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched, that unseen eyes were tracking my every move. That night, as I lay in bed, the shadows in the room seemed to dance and twist, taking on sinister shapes. I tried to dismiss it as a trick of the light, but deep down, I knew something was terribly wrong. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the room, causing me to jump in terror. I scrambled out of bed, my heart racing as I searched for the source of the noise. To my horror, I found my belongings scattered across the floor, my suitcase ripped open and its contents strewn about. Panic gripped me as I realized that I had fallen victim to the holiday heist plaguing the hotel. Desperate for answers, I decided to investigate the other guests on my floor, hoping to uncover the identity of the thief. As I knocked on doors and questioned my neighbors, I sensed a growing sense of unease among them. Each person I spoke to seemed to be hiding something, their eyes darting nervously as they evaded my questions. But it was during a chance encounter in the elevator that I came face to face with the true mastermind behind the holiday heists. A figure cloaked in shadows, their eyes gleaming with malice, revealed themselves to me. It was none other than the hotel manager, a charming and charismatic man who had won the trust of guests with his smooth words and impeccable service. As the pieces of the puzzle fell into place, I realized the extent of his deception. The manager had orchestrated the heists to exact revenge on the guests who had wronged him in the past, using their own greed and paranoia against them. The stolen valuables were merely a means to an end, a twisted form of justice in his eyes. In a final showdown in the hotel's grand ballroom, I confronted the manager, his eyes blazing with madness. As he lunged towards me, I knew that my life was in grave danger. But in a moment of clarity, I saw through his facade of charm and deceit, understanding the true nature of his vendetta. With a swift motion, I managed to disarm the manager, bringing his reign of terror to an end. As he lay defeated at my feet, a sense of relief washed over me. The holiday heists that had ruined trips and sowed fear among guests were finally put to rest. As I left the Grand Horizon Hotel, I couldn't shake the feeling of unease that lingered in the air. The experience had left a mark on me, a reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface of even the most glamorous facades. And as I looked back one last time, I knew that the specter of revenge would forever haunt the halls of the chaotic hotel. Final moral: in a world where deception and revenge can lurk in the most unexpected places, it is essential to remain vigilant and true to oneself. Trust your instincts, for they may be the only defense against those who seek to deceive and destroy. Remember, the truest form of revenge is to rise above the darkness and seek justice with a clear heart and unwavering resolve. Anonymous Spectator Story.